Well, hello everyone, this is comrade-Sirius, and welcome to episode 17, and more importantly, welcome to end of year 1933. It's already January 1934, and that means it was end of year 4. And we are in a pickle. Well, a little bit. It all comes down to this customs house. If it weren't for this, we would have much easier time in terms of money. Because currently we are running a small hotel that's already full, basically. We have laid out multiple attractions for not only tourists but also tourists, and we also want to export and import lots of stuff. Now, the problem with our industry is that they are not doing great in terms of, exports. So what I did was to make a special line. Why? Because these customs are permanently full. It's a medium customs house. They received no buff during the early start. So that's why we are, here all around. And yeah, we are buying fabric down here as well, and that costs some money. We are exporting clothing that that is more. I wanted to free our customs by finishing one of these covered storages, which we did. It has a problem in itself, and that is it ties up some money in terms of products that we have, and yeah, probably electronic and mechanical components should not really be stored here because that's not great. But I wanted to save some money, when we will be building these conveyors. Well, it wasn't too clever time to do it with this much, this low money. There's no problem. I can borrow if I would like to. There's nothing challenge breaking. It's just I wanted to see if under these circumstances I would need to do it. And yeah, I probably will end up borrowing some money if things dramatically won't change, because the hotel we have is currently making only some money. You can see it's already full, but it's like 2,000. Imports and exports were dwindling rapidly. Why? Because we were filling this covered storage. And now there's the point. These industries can process a lot of materials, and when I decided to have a dedicated import-export storage, the problem is that they are not able to fill it, and they will always try to fill it first, then to export stuff, which is a thing I absolutely do not need right now. So I'll probably for now disable filling with fabric, filling of the raccoon tags, because that's undoable. Unmanageable. What I did was to set up a dedicated line that would export stuff and import food to this storage. The Emacs part, the idea was that when you would have many trucks, they would be able to do it all. But we do not have many trucks, and many trucks won't be able to do it because we have only small customs. To free these customs to be, really well flowing and so on, we would need to make our own gravel, which we sort of do, but also our own cement. Because cement trucks are only, low capacity, like 3 tons of concrete, and I don't think we have much better ones. We can absolutely take a look, but yeah, it's not the cement. Okay, what is it? Concrete? Yeah, I know what it is. Domichávač in Czech. So we have mixer, that's 1 ton, 3 tons, 1.5, and this one is 5 tons, okay, and it's also faster, which is a good thing. Yeah, it also costs some money, but well, we're currently not in a position to, buy many more mixers. I could certainly do so over time, but well, not now. So that's where we are. That's where we are now. And I counted in on Czech stream, on Czech episode. It would be really, useful to just have all of these guys that are loading gravel, to have them up here and to be able for them to load up to here. They cannot do that right now. We can also maybe construct a loading spot at the storage, or simply, construct the part only for the storage, but that would not save. That would not help us, because this is a concrete plant. So this is an asphalt plant that could wait, but still, it's quite a lot of money. And yeah, we have gravel up on such big mountain that it doesn't make sense to, design it with anything else in mind. But we need to start making more money, and that's not on the menu right now. So, well, we'll see. Currently we are in green due to tourism. We also exported some clothing, so that's what I will monitor during the winter, but that's why this episode will not be much longer, because that's what it is. Also, these guys are still and will still be running. They are simply, buying crops and importing it in, and then alcohol flowing elsewhere, which probably I can just remove the one-way connection, because they are not able to keep up. There was also a similar truck for this exact factory, so that we will see. You'll see what it can do. I could utilize a few of these more, but that's not ideal. So we'll see. We also would need to have some fabric import, so when this will prove that it's okay, I will probably buy and set up a truck that will do these imports, and just say these trucks to do it. I'm not sure. I need to figure it out, because we're not in a great spot, but hey, we need to work. So, well, that's it. That's it for me. Although we are finishing courthouse and prison. Well, finishing is probably a little strong word, but it's definitely on the menu. And Russabats are coming for trash cans, so let's do it. After these things are built, I will try to lean back and see how it looks, but, well, I'm not convinced we will make it without alone, but I'll definitely try it. That's all I got for you today, for today, because I will need to, take a look at stuff, how it's going and so on. Oh, Emacs exported some stuff. That's fine. And there's alcohol coming. Yeah, I have seen the guide that you probably are better off selling alcohol to your tourists, but for that we will need to build more hotels, because this one is absolutely full. To have more hotels, we would also need, to have more workers. It's now more about, flats. We have a lot of workers for now. So, well, it's not exactly ideal. And yeah, when we will finish all of these, it will also be taken some of those workers from our current workforce, so we'll need more houses, and more houses need, guess what, more resources, which is a thing we absolutely 100% do not have at hand right now. So there's that. It's a magic circle that's not easy, that's not too easy to break. So let's just do the bare minimum to connect those houses, to keep those houses connected, and well, let's hope that things will get better. They certainly do not look like they will, but we can hope. And with this bombshell, it's almost certainly time to let go. Well, we have some houses. I'm not sure they can make it, but hey, they can. Let's buy a few more. And yeah, we have a small clinic, which is definitely something I would want to connect. It reminds me that we probably, well, not probably, but definitely need to connect these trash cans. Okay, let's save some money. Let's do it this way. Yeah, for one, let's do it. I'm aiming now to get this big hotel going. If that will help, I would be glad. And you know, the tourist area, I hope it will be okay. I'm certainly not 100% sure. By the way, the hotel is absolutely not in reach of the stop. So buses that are coming with tourists will need to go around and drop tourists directly inside. It's probably not a bad idea. They can do it, or I can even do a mud stop as a drop off. Would help. Probably do it, honestly, because that's a thing that can save us. But it will be a fight with finances. Those of you who trust YouTube subtitles, feel free to check in and go looking at the series in Czech. I can promise it will be interesting, because money is not optimal. But well, honestly, that's all I have for now. Hopefully they will be able to make enough. Oh, these guys have nothing to do. Okay, you know what? You can... Well, missing crops again. Fuck. That's not great. But clothing is more important. Okay, so just, you know, you can deliver fabric there. Yeah. That's going to be interesting. Absolutely 100%. By the way, if food would run out, you would let me know, please. Thank you. Well, see you in the next episode. Bye bye.